So Akademiks is currently being civilly sued by a woman who alleged he was raped inside of his home.
That's not funny, but the civilly sued part was hilarious.
Civilly sued because it's not criminal. You know what I'm saying? How do we all feel? You think it was just a straight up money grab at this point, right?
Well, I'm not saying that there's zero truth to it. I have no idea, but I'm saying that, like, for sure, the purpose of this is to, get money out of him.
For sure.
Like, that's the whole intention here.
There's several things that are already kind of strange about this. Just as another reminder, this is just civil. You know what I'm saying? The incident happened. Akademiks told her to get one of those grape kits. Mm-hmm. Apparently, there was something that happened at the pool, and two of his friends, Leaf, which we said that nigga looks like a predator. we
called that?
We called that before. Because when this story first came out, Shay Glizzy was acting like she was going to expose Ak, and that was when he did that that emergency live. And
he was like drunk driving there. Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. And that
because he was like on Instagram live on the way there. It was like he thought he was going to get taken out at any moment.
Yes, it felt like bro, this shit was crazy.
Yeah,
and
that was a wild night.
That was when he did that whole thing, and then he gave us his story timeline of what happened that night. Mm-hmm. And Shorty got a train ran on her. I don't know if none of this shit is true. Well, actually, we do know.
Sound like it,
Actually, we do, because the footage was taken by the police, and it seemed like a consensual train was ran.
What, it was on Twitter?
But they just put screenshots, right? So we don't really know like what sort of state she was in.
Yeah,
that's true.
This threesome was taking place.
That's true. Yeah,
but they had video evidence.
Yes, because everything is recorded at Akademiks' house.
Akademiks had the tape.
One thing that Akademiks did leave out, or say that he left out, he definitely out on that initial live, is that he had some sort of sex with her. He's not claiming that he had sex with her at all, but in the grape kit, his DNA was found in her as well too. So that's where there's a little bit of confusion, but at the same time, it's even more confusing right now because the police took all the footage of what happened at the pool and everything, and no arrests were made either for any of the people if there was some sort of grape.
But that's interesting because, like, would the police be able to review the security footage in full and make their formal conclusion based on, like, quickly looking at it on the scene of the crime, alleged crime? I don't know.
Unless they have sound.
Yeah, or
to me, it sounds like...
And how much would you really be able to tell from the tapes, Like, I don't know if you'd be able to decide if someone was consenting from just looking at that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works in the eyes of the law, but... She was saying that they were like kind of like forcing her to take shots over and over again. So I guess if you can tell that she's drunk, because I don't think you're able to give consent if you're under the influence. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like if there's video footage of them, because they said they took shots of liquor at the pool and got drunk at the pool, you should be able to see them keep forcing her to take shots. Yeah. In the footage.
It's just,
but did they not?
That would take a very meticulous analysis of the footage to be able to come to that kind of conclusion, right? And have you guys all been? I've been in this situation multiple times where you're around a girl, everything seems all good, you go to take a shot, boom, the bitch is fucking annihilated after one or two drinks.
Yes.
A lot of girls barely fucking eat. They have extremely low alcohol tolerance. You low iron. You look at a fucking shot. It's a towering thing of tequila.
Right.
So I can, just to play devil's advocate, I could completely imagine a scenario in which Leaf gives this girl a shot or two, and then he's fucking a girl that he considers to be totally in on it,
and he don't know that she's blacked out. Maybe,
and then she wakes up later and she's like, "What the fuck happened to me?"
Right. Yeah, because she woke up and said that she didn't remember anything, so she's pretty much claiming blackout. But there was nothing for the police to file charges, but so she's filing civil. And one of the other things too is her lawyer is the one that is the bodyguard's lawyer in the Diddy case too. Right. So that's another thing because
who Ak had attacked on stream, which could have created the idea of doing this in the first place.
Ak went pretty hard. Yeah. I think the timing is kind of suspicious. When I was watching the Star Report, so this is not my theory at all. The timing of Akademiks' case, wildfire happening, and then the Diddy video dropping completely silenced the Ak case.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And for a while there, Kendrick and Drake silenced the Diddy case. He got
caught. He's been saved twice by two big stories. I don't think the Drake and the Kendrick thing he was able to telegraph, but I wouldn't put it past Ak to pull a G is moving if he had anything to do with the CNN drop, because it's all a mysterious source on how CNN got it.
Ak was like Puff's last op before everything came crumbling down. And I always will wonder forever for the rest of my life what would have happened if Ak went to that party in London that Puff invited him to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
He
Yeah,
might have
that's
known
right.
that this shit was going to come crashing down. Why not kill the fucking commentator?
And Ak
hands to
is
Will.
not stupid. He knows a big story. You have to have a bigger story to kill a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and he's been around long enough, and he got the bread to have a just nice cachet of.
Nigga always talking about 20 years.
He did say on his stream, "Look, if I go down, motherfucker, I'm bringing all you niggas with me." He said that.
Why do
Which is
people-
kind of what Joe said as well.
Yeah.
That's essentially it.
Yeah, so it's like, what are all y'all hoarding? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think I really know about any like horrible abusers that I would be able to
where
expose.
you have something that you could just throw out if the fire's
maybe
on.
I'm just not as tapped in. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but it does feel like that's a certain level of like maturity that you have to reach. It's like I feel like everybody has to have a certain level of blackmail on each other. That's what it seems like all these big people have. Don't it seem like
The
that?
higher up you get,
That's what it seems
It just
like.
makes me feel more comfortable if we both got billions and you
Yeah.
got dirt too, because I know what I did to get it.
Right? Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's like regular life. Like your friends, you know dirt on them.
That's
I can't
true.
trust
That's
a nigga
true.
until I know a little something about
That's
it.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We had to have do something slightly grimy together
Just
for
a
me to
little
really
something.
fuck with you.
Just to really bond.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, bro. So I don't know what Ak gonna do. He can't be. I think he should settle. I think he's gonna settle though. He said he's gonna take it to the end, but if he gets caught being liable in this case, the criminal could come later. He was saying that. So now, one thing that the Star Report. I'm a Star Report watcher. So Ak. Star said hit him up because he said he has no problem helping you. They used to work together on Everyday Struggle. So he's like, I got some advice for you. He said 15-minute phone call. I just need to tell you some shit because I fuck with you. You know,
gotta pay for those
I need an
consultations.
expert on this.
because Star's he's never had to pay out any legal. You know, there's like all these stories with Star where he had to pay DJ Envy. He's never paid a dime. He's never paid an FCC violation or anything like that. He's won all his cases, and a lot of them he's represented himself.
Star seemed like the type of nigga
So
that
he's
avoid
like, so
paying
he's like,
somebody
reach out to
legally.
me. He like reach out to me. We need to talk because the lawyer was in his live stream and donated $100 to that stream as well too. So he
To
said,
Star, the lawyer from this fucking case.
yes.
Oh my god.
Star said, "Hey, he's here. You need to call me, motherfucker." You know what I'm saying?
I need to learn about this guy. Has he done like interviews before?
He's a legend. His biggest thing was he's a Hot 97. Well, he was a Hot 97.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
lawyer, right?
Oh, the lawyer. Oh, yeah.
Because the lawyer is really becoming like a huge force in the culture.
He's marketing
Yeah,
himself.
it sounds like it seemed if you drop $100 donations on motherfuckers live stream,
Yeah.
you're trying to be
you're
trying to be the next Brian
We got
Steele type
clout
shit.
lawyers now.
Yeah,
You might be interviewing him.
No,
Working
but
for
like
lawyers or
there's been
something
a
like
lot
that.
of situations, honestly, that like I've seen play, or I've dealt with lawsuits, not for anything even remotely like this, but like where you just have this decision, like this lawsuit is going to cost me more than $1 million, or I can pay $20K right now and just make it go away.
How petty are you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
petty
what it
enough?
comes down to.
But this is different because it has to do with his fucking reputation. If he settles
that's very
this,
true.
it's going to make him look a lot worse than if he actually fights it and wins. But you're just like introducing so much risk by fighting it. Because if the question is like, are you liable? Like, to what extent is the jury or whoever going to be?
And they're demanding a jury.
Are they going to be understanding about the fact that you're living this crazy lifestyle where you're all getting drunk with girls and having crazy threesomes and shit? Like that's a huge risk.
And
They
she's
say-
demanding a jury too.
And they say it's supposed to be
Probably because they know that's the worst for him.
exactly.
Literally. And they say it's supposed to be of your peers, but Roscoe Dash isn't gonna be sitting in that motherfucker.
Yeah, nah.
Nobody over there is gonna understand that lifestyle.
No, Dom is live's not going to be on the jury.
Especially because of just Ak's history. It's like he has so much screen time of him talking about women and things of that nature. The public perception, we've seen with the YSL case, it's impossible to insulate your jury. You know what I'm saying? It's literally impossible. So he has plenty of, when he was on his red pill run, you know what I'm saying?
could paint him.
All that is going to go work in his, not work in his favor.
Because Twitter's already done it ever since that suit
They've
came
already
out.
done it.
They're like, oh, the clip of you like pushing the girl in Miami in the club.
Yeah,
Oh, burn.
that's going viral
that's going again. Yeah.
All they gotta do is post that video of him dancing to Drake with the Henny bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So settling it would be his best bet, honestly. Because I even think, even if he takes it all the way, bro, it's gonna be so damaging once they start doing video depositions and shit like that. That goes public, bro. It's fuck, bro. It's like before you can even get to the trial, there's so much stuff that happens in a legal case that us as consumers get to look at. Shapes all the narrative.
Now, I feel like Ak feels like he can't trust anybody, which is why he keeps getting pushed back into the arms of his ex.
Low key,
you know, because like especially with this shit,
because he knows he can't trust her.
And did you see her wilding out on Claudia over the weekend? I don't even look at his Reddit to see if there's like meta commentary going on about this.
Who's Claudia though?
So Claudia is this white girl who used to be a stripper, and she works for Ak, and she I know her because
I saw that.
she did a panel episode with like me and Sharp and Blue Jasmine one time or whatever. But she's a very nice, normal chick.
Okay.
But it's kind of funny because when you'll see her at Ak's studio, she's a white woman with a mixed child. And so your brain immediately is like, oh, that's Ak's kid. But it's not Ak's kid.
Got you.
It's from some other guy or whatever. But like, Shay Glizzy fucking hates Claudia because
she got her fired too. I saw that over the weekend. I think she's fired.
Really?
Yeah, because I think when I saw Shay Glizzy's post on the Reddit, it was saying something like "got this bitch fired" or something. Like that.
I don't know, but
I think
either way, she was saying some terrible shit that I will not even fucking repeat on here.
Yeah.
But saying shit about Claudia's kid and all this crazy shit,
that's
like
fucked up.
she really got a fucking target on Claudia's head for some reason.
Have you met Shay Glizzy in person?
No.
Are you ready to?
I will not interview her. I also forbid Sharp to interview her on this platform as well.
Really?
I just think that interviewing people's exes is just
bro, that's some low shit.
especially like within the media world. I mean, that's a whole different level. Once we start doing that, the gloves are really fucking off.
We've already had like
I'm not even going to interview Tahiri, by the way.
Yeah,
like
we've already
even
had
if that was on the
some-
table, I'm not doing it. That's
I feel like we've already been hit up. It's like there's certain shit where it's like you talk about somebody interaction, they're already hitting. Like they hitting us up like, yo, I'll tell my side. The only one I wish I did that I didn't do. But honestly, I'm feeling mixed ways about that when Champ hit us. After we did a video about Math Hoffa and the Champ split, he hit us and was like, do you want to do it? And then he did one with Queen's Flip and it went crazy. Really? But honestly, it was
that
so
was just compassion for how bad that interview was. Like, Queens didn't even give the nigga a chance. So much so to the point where I was
it's actually hilarious.
What, Queen's Flip didn't do a good job with it?
Queen's Flip started off
he
like,
did his job.
nigga, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be biased. And then he doubled down.
It was amazing. And it was like Champ couldn't say. Champ was so professional. He couldn't say nothing. Queen's Flip would be, oh, we got you.
Then he stand up and like push through some drywall.
But so I'm glad we didn't do it because we would have been robbed of this amazing moment.
Right.
But he's been kind of going on a tour. He's still kind of
trying to find his foot.
He's still working this story, and then
sure.
like I remember he just did SO and Heineken. And they were the original, my expert opinion.
I thought they were making like a podcast together.
They have a podcast together. So he went there to tell his side of the story again. And I think one of them brought up like, you still have more to tell? And he was like, oh yeah, I didn't give up all the story. And I'm like, bro, you have to give this, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like
not that important.
I feel like the bigger person because I do not care about this. Like, like I'm sorry, like whatever they've been through, they sat in the barbershop together, whatever. It just doesn't really.
It's a little burnt out.
I understand a lot of people who never cared about No Jumper cared as soon as host left.
Yes.
I just am not going to do that with Math Hoffa. Like, I just genuinely do not give a fuck about what happened unless. Maybe they could convince me. Maybe if they tell us he was doing some Diddy shit. Math.
I think It's
then I'm kind of interested.
It's cool. It's cool to do your "this is why I left" thing once or twice. I mean, my man's on like 3 and 4, but at the same time, it's crazy. People give a fuck because every one that I've seen it's 90K. It's at least like I say the lowest I've seen is like 70.
Basically,
it's like 70 to 100K every time.
I think Math Hoffa needs to change his thumbnails. His thumbnails to me are unclickable. I don't want to click those. Even the ones of me in it, I haven't even thought about clicking them.
I didn't get to see that yet.
I feel that way about Joe Rogan's new ones.
Joe Rogan
look lazy.
I feel like that's
they look so odd and lazy that I don't even be realizing it's a Joe Rogan video till I really read what's going on.
Isn't it not even a
I feel like it's just a picture from the thing. I think hasn't it always been that though?
It's somehow worse than what it used to be.
Yeah, they used to be kind of clean looking, but look at what they all are now. It's not even a thumbnail. It's just like it's literally a screen grab.
But
they used to be way better.
I see what you're saying.
And it would be that style, but it was like curated.
It was more purposeful.
It was an uploaded picture.
Shout out to him for being the richest podcaster and putting in the least work and not paying a graphic designer.
That's a whole
That's amazing. Yeah.
Matter of fact, can you hit that button because we're gonna roll right over into Joe